Greetings, Friday Nights and Monster Girls. I'm Count Jackula.
I'm the Horror Guru.
We just saw Riverdale.
Pretty Little Archies.
The bottle is back.
Yeah. Veronica Archies.
Jughead
The vampire-
Mars.
The Archie Diaries.
The Vampire Dale.
Yeah.
The fucking just oh my
It's a fucking generic-
God.
It's a fucking generic teen drama show based around Archie.
Yeah. Well, it's a modern
Yeah.
standard teen drama show.
Well, because the modern ones have to have some sort of extra intrigue, so they gotta have a murder mystery now that they forget for half of the episode.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so we only
God.
watched the pilot episode of this, and I don't think I can sit through the rest of this goddamn show.
No, this thing looks like absolute bullshit.
And I'm one of those weird fuckers that actually finds guilty pleasure in watching shitty teen drama
Did
shows.
you watch the Gilmore Girls?
I did watch the Gilmore Girls,
You
and I
know.
watched the Vampire Diaries.
That's right. Yeah,
But this show, I don't know if I can make it through it. It's so annoying.
yeah. Like it's really weird. It's a better show than MTV's Scream, but it's more annoying.
Yeah, I would say that there's more stuff that works in this than the Scream pilot that we watched.
Yeah, but like everyone in this show is annoying.
But unlike the Scream pilot, the Scream pilot didn't forget that there was a murder.
Yeah.
Whereas you have huge chunks of this where I'm sitting there going like, I'm sorry, your petty little drama does not matter. Someone's dead.
Talk about we can't actually fill the season with these episodes, so let's fucking fill out the runtime by introducing every character in the Archie universe ever.
And they always have to mention their name immediately so you know which character it is. And I'm like, if you have to mention the name, then you've already fucked up because I should be able to tell just by looking at them.
Yeah. Yeah. Even when oh my God. All right. This is so obviously, hey, young millennials, this show is for fucking you. This thing does not let up with that shit. It starts out with that Vampire Diaries opening. Okay, fair enough. Same creative team. What else would I fucking expect?
The shitty fucking music choices continue.
Oh my God.
The same problem I have with Vampire Diaries is that, okay, I'm fine with cheesy fucking teenage vampire show that's a little more hardcore than Twilight, what the fuck ever, but can you choose, a better soundtrack? It's one of the things that saved Supernatural from going this route, is having a really awesome soundtrack.
Yeah, oh my God, 10 minutes in, we were like, holy fucking shit, this is, tailor-made for millennials who fucking can't get enough of MTV's shows about feminism and racism. It's so diversity-tastic. I felt kind of insulted.
It reminded me of Captain Planet.
Oh yeah, it did.
Every time it would introduce,
fuck yeah, it did.
Every time it would introduce a character, I'd be like, all right, this character's gonna be gay because they haven't filled out the gay character yet.
Yeah.
Check,
oh my
check,
God!
check,
Actually,
check,
when you
check.
think about it, so they got the redheaded guy, they got the blonde girl, they got
the rich bitch.
They got the rich bitch.
Which some of these things were already in at Archie, so I can't really complain about that.
Yeah, but
now, granted, I didn't really read Archie. Jack knows way more about Archie than I do.
Yeah.
But even based on my my minor knowledge of Archie, I could tell that they changed a lot with this fucking show.
Oh my God, they did. First of all, the whole tone. You could tell right off the bat, this is going to be Archie Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
And if you're
it's even got a Veronica Mars style Dear
with
Diary.
fucking Jughead doing the Veronica Mars bit.
Jughead was my favorite character from Archie, and he's absent outside of the bookends of the show.
Yeah. You're like, oh well, if it's gonna be Jughead solves a murder mystery, maybe we got something.
That.
Yeah, we might actually have something. But the episode decides instead to fuck around and introduce all the characters, which I know you're supposed to do, but instead of doing the smart Netflix thing where you introduce people kind of as it is really good to do that, the character just shows up, they tell you who they are, and they give you their whole backstory.
It also has a problem that a lot of teen dramas have where every character is written like a bitchy gay guy.
Yeah.
Like the
Yes,
bitchiest
Pretty
gay
Little
guy
Liars
you know.
dialogue.
Yeah, Pretty Little Liars. That's actually a good example of a show that does that to the nth degree.
God.
And this show has that to where they're introducing characters who you find out as the show goes on are supposed to be nice characters, but they talk bitchy. And you're like...
Yeah. They try to do this thing with Veronica where she's not a conceited rich bitch. She's actually a nice girl. But her tone is still like this. And... You know, you really gotta learn.
Within 5 seconds of her opening her mouth, I was just like,
oh,
I want her to die.
Fucking God.
5 seconds. Like, that's all it took.
Yeah.
Like, her mention of Truman Capote, and I'm just like, okay, so now she's also gonna be like the overeducated girl.
Yeah, she's gotta be the overeducated girl, but she gotta have character. Yeah. You know, Archie is fucking Mrs. Grundy in this goddamn thing.
Literally.
What the? Yeah,
he's literally
that's
fucking
not,
her.
That's not a fucking...
He's banging
not
teacher.
Hyperbole.
He's hot for teacher.
He's hot for teacher. He's got to get, like... Well, instead of, like, being a really super old woman, they made her, like, a fucking MILF. Yeah. Like a hot teacher. You know, and man, he's banging that.
And who knows, maybe later they'll introduce that she's balding, like, in the original version.
If they want to get that last diversity note, she got to be transsexual.
Yeah, there is a lot of like, oh God, like the diversity notes. It's like, okay, Josie and the Pussycats are all black.
Yeah,
now.
Josie and the Pussycats are all black, which is like, okay, yeah, sure.
But why did you have to write them as if they're all bitches?
Yeah. Josie and the Pussycats, the minute you meet them, you're like, you are thoroughly hateable. I hate you.
And I like Josie and the Pussycats.
Well, like, it's a dumb show, right? Yeah. It's a dumb concept. Girls in leopard outfits fucking form a rock band. It's pretty simple.
Yeah, them being black is not the problem. Them being just categorically just like snooty bitches is.
Yeah.
You
like,
know?
they're like, you might want to know about our cat motif. And I'm like, oh my fucking God.
But the worst
we spent 5 minutes on that shit.
But the one that really annoyed me the entire fucking episode was that, okay, so at the beginning of the episode, you have the two redheaded twins. One of them is either killed or commits suicide or disappears into the water. We don't quite know. Obviously he was murdered. Like,
yeah.
And the other twin comes back and is traumatized by this. But for the entire episode, she acts openly to everyone else like she's not broken at all. Like she's just like, like she acts like a person who clearly did it.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, it's okay if the audience thinks she did it, but you can't have the rest of the cast think that, because at that point, why isn't she arrested and why isn't she being questioned?
The thing is that he's dead, but you know it's a murder mystery simply because of the way they fucking set everything up.
Yeah.
But they don't announce that it's actually a murder mystery until the last shot.
Yeah, which you know it's gonna be.
Yeah, which you know it's gonna be a murder mystery, so you're like, so why are you holding back? Why aren't we just doing... If you're gonna do Archie the murder mystery, why don't we just start there?
Like, she doesn't even pretend to go up there and, like, cry that her brother's dead and, like, this song's dedicated to him or anything. She acts like, well, my brother's dead, so we're gonna play his song, okay, I'm a bitch, bye. And then
totally.
I'm just sitting there going, like, she's not even pretending to care. Like, she's not... Like, there's no way anyone else on the show believes she cared about her brother.
Yeah.
But they're all acting like they do. And I'm sitting there going, like, I don't buy this as an audience member, and it's okay if I don't, but the characters need to be able to actually buy this, and I don't buy that they can.
Yeah, well, I don't buy that. What the problem is you're going through the whole thing, and you're like, if the whole thing's about the murder mystery, why doesn't the murder mystery tie the pilot together?
Yeah.
It doesn't. It's just
it's
a
thing
bookend. That happens. It's a fucking bookend.
So you're going through this whole thing, and like you're going through these scenes where she's like fucking around with the other characters. And I'm going like, your brother's dead. Why aren't you like crying in a corner right now? And why isn't no one questioning the fact you're not crying in a corner right now?
Yeah. Why is nobody questioning this?
You know?
Nobody.
You know, not to mention, like, there's some weird logical leaps. Like, fucking Archie is like, he's fucking the teacher. But apparently, when they were fucking on at one time at 4th of July, they heard a gunshot, and that was the day that what's his name went disappearing.
Yeah, what's his name?
And he's
Bloom.
like, well,
Jason
I can't go tell the police all this because then I would
whatever.
Yeah, but if I go tell the police all this, then it's going to reveal this affair I had with the teacher. And I'm just sitting there going, why not say you decided to go swimming on the 4th of July, heard a gunshot, and thought it was fireworks until the body turned up? Why didn't you do that? You don't even have to bring up the teacher. Come on. Like, you're already lying about the affair anyway, so it's not like you can't lie. Like, what the fuck? Like, come on, Archie. And the other part is that Archie is just the most oblivious fucking asshole about the whole friend zoning in the episode.
Well, to be fair, that is very consistent with Archie, period.
Fair enough, but I was not buying it.
Well, no. Well, no, because they try to make it like in the original, it's like Archie's an indecisive idiot.
It's okay.
And in this, he is, but he's doing that thing where he's being an indecisive idiot while doing all the things that girls who put you in the friend zone do.
There'd be two things that would make it make sense to me. If you had it where when we showed him alone, you show that he does know that she's into him,
Yeah.
but he's just trying to play it off because he's not into her. That would be one thing. Or not have them talk about it in front of him.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like...
So that every time she's around him, he only gets to see the part of her that's pretending to just be a friend. But instead, they literally bring it up in front of him so often where I'm just like, how does he not know? Like, it's just...
Yeah. Dogs know it, you know?
You know, and I don't know. Like, I know I'm expecting way too much out of a stupid teen drama show, but like...
Well,
God.
like, let's be fair. Like, we want a person who writes for a television show to be able to outsmart us.
Which might be asking too much for this.
It might be asking way too much. Because, like, I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh my God, who the hell cares?
Well, not to mention the fact that you bookend the show with apparently this whole story is being told by fucking, by Jughead. And I'm sitting there going, but Jughead's absent for most of the show. So how does he know all these other parts?
Yeah, how does he know anything?
Like, how did he know about what happened in that room when they were making out? Like, there was no one else there.
It makes no goddamn sense.
You know?
It makes absolutely no goddamn sense. And oh my fucking God. Like, there was, oh God. Like, there was a moment.
And I'll be fair, I am nitpicking there, but it was just one of the
Well, it was really weird. Because you're like, if it's not going to be Jughead's in every scene kind of looking around, kind of, okay, all right.
Because the argument you make with Veronica Mars is that Veronica Mars is investigating all these things. So when she writes about it and bookends it, you get the idea that she looked into everything.
Yeah.
Where I'm watching this and I'm going, Jughead doesn't look like he's even talking to anyone. So like...
Oh, yeah. He's like that fucking like nerdy guy. He's always on his blog and he doesn't fucking talk. Apparently he's asexual in this show, which I was like, oh, that's another
Is it in the show or is it in the comics?
I don't know.
I remember reading that, that he's
like, it's hard to tell.
I wouldn't be surprised either way. Like I said, they're doing this diversity checklist on the show. So.
Yeah, I guarantee he's going to turn
Which there's nothing wrong with having a diverse show, but like, when you start...
Oh my God, they tried to hit every single fucking note.
When you can tell that they're doing it just to say, look at me, we're so diverse.
Oh yeah.
It gets kind of annoying. It's like Captain Planet. I don't mind the fact that a show is as diverse as Captain Planet. What I do mind is that Captain Planet just feels like a fucking checklist. It doesn't feel organic.
Yeah, well, and to kind of like pinpoint this, they use privilege. And
they use a lot of that
language. Yeah, they use privilege and entitled.
Like, it feels like the show was written by a feminist blogger, to be honest.
It was, yeah.
Like, that's what it feels like.
There was a lot of that.
So it uses a lot of that language, and so maybe that's also why, because that language has really started to just grate me the wrong way. Well, like, even when I agree with what it's trying to do, like more diverse shows.
I still can't believe that there's a moment where the pilot literally says, "You're a young millennial who's indecisive," and I'm like, oh my fucking God. And that's when you start doing the millennial checklist. Like, all right, say millennial. All right, talk about college. All right, and I'm like, dude, it's only a matter of time before Twitter. Twitter just got mentioned. Okay, great, got it. You know, and and the hits keep on coming. You know,
we're two fucking grown men sitting here bitching about a stupid teen drama show.
Fucking grown men bitching
what have I done with my
about
life?
This insane, what the fuck reboot of goddamn Archie.
I'll be completely fair. This is not meant for us, but
oh my God, no.
I had to watch it. I had to find out how bad this is because the ads for it looked hilarious to me.
Oh yeah,
and it was kind of hilarious in its own right, but I don't think I could sit through the rest of it.
No, fuck no.
No.
Like, I was kind of hoping that Sabrina the Teenage Witch would show up, which she might.
You know they're gonna do a spinoff.
Yeah.
Like, if this show does well, it'll get a spinoff.
Which it looks like it's gonna do well. Like, because it's got like a pretty big.
They'll introduce her. They'll do a backdoor pilot, and then Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Yeah, if they haven't like introduced her already, there are already a few more episodes out, but I don't want to watch them.
No, I don't know.
You know, like,
not really that interested.
Well,
and, like, the thing is, I'm just like, okay, what's the one character I remember and really like from the show? Jughead. I'm looking at this show and I'm going, I do not like this Jughead. All right, I'm out. Like, it's
and he's at a diner, but you know what he's not doing?
What?
He's not eating a burger.
Where the fuck? Yeah.
He's not eating a burger. Come on.
Why isn't there like 2 burgers on his plate and someone pointing out just like, hey, what the fuck? Like, if you're gonna do fan service, give me the fan service.
Yeah. He's got the little like fucking crown.
What I hate about adaptations like this one is that you get that vibe. It's like, oh, we want everyone to know who everyone is from the original thing, but we don't want to be too on the nose about it because that would be cheesy. But I'm sitting there going, you're already cheesing it up with like, hey Betty, how you doing? I don't know, Veronica. Like, you're already
yeah. And
you're already cheesing it up, so why is it too cheesy to go for the hamburger?
Well, it's and the thing is you find yourself going, this whole Archie thing is getting in the way of the story.
Well, I also don't understand. It's like,
know?
all right, so at the center of Archie is this love triangle between Veronica, Betty, and Archie. Why the fuck did you add the teacher to that mix?
Yeah.
Like, I would be more down if you had another character fucking the teacher. Like, if that was, like, what was going on with, like, fucking Jughead. Like, he's secretly been fucking the teacher. Okay.
Or, like, Archie's dad or something.
Archie's dad, something, anything.
Like, just something that would have... Well, the thing is, the thing is that twist only works because in the context of Archie, it's so absurd.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would just be like, okay, this is happening. And it would not be noteworthy at all. But because it's Archie and Mrs. Grundy.
Well, that's the other thing you can't get over when you're watching the show is you're like, you're being so super grimdark, but you're Archie.
Yeah. You can't get over it.
Archie is like all like feel good 1950s.
Oh,
like...
and they foreshadow the formation of the band.
Oh, yeah.
Because Archie, he's a tortured musician. I'm like, he's a tortured musician, captain of the football team.
I know Archie.
Oh my God.
I know Archie always was like a jock, and I know Archie always like he did do the band, he did do all that stuff. But Archie always came across way more nerdy than he does in the show.
Well, he's a little more awkward. Yeah,
like he comes across
he's kind of an idiot.
Well, he has like the freckles and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I'm watching the show, and he's like perfect skin heartthrob, and I'm like, I know it's a teen drama show, but like, really, like it's Archie, like I don't know.
Yeah. There's this kind of aspect of the Archie comics where you're supposed to be kind of looking at Betty and Veronica and going, "Really, girls?"
Well, even Jughead, I think, needs to be uglier. Like it's like even Jughead, you can tell that he's like TV ugly, but he's like, but he's still a heartthrob. He's not by, like normal standards.
Yeah. He's a good looking guy, but he's not like the sex symbol.
Yeah,
you know.
And I'm like, I feel like no, Jughead needed
Although,
like a fucking
mentioning that, there's definitely that moment in the show where you're like, are they implying that Archie and Jughead are fucking?
Well, I think what they were trying to say was that they used to be friends and that he could have probably kept their friendship if he actually went and talked to him instead of whatever the fuck happened.
Oh, yeah.
But the way it comes across in that conversation seems very sexual.
Yeah, but the fact that there are a lot of gay subplots in the episode. By the way, there are a lot of gay subplots in the episode.
Yeah, Kevin and Moose are fucking.
Which I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, fine.
I don't mind that.
Right.
I like Kevin was one of the few characters I didn't mind. And
well, like you said, everyone's written like a bitchy gay guy, so the only one who feels like a real character is the bitchy gay guy.
The other thing I liked is I actually kind of liked the Betty and Veronica friendship that was forming. It's the only thing that felt like it was an organic evolution.
Well, it felt like something was happening.
Yeah. You know, I liked that. Like, I liked Veronica, like, going after the bitchy girl, but I didn't like that the bitchy girl was acting like that, because I'm sitting there going, like, your brother just died. Why is no one pointing this out?
Yeah. Why isn't the central conflict of the show front and center of the pilot? You know, like fucking the Twin Peaks was.
Yeah.
Fuck it, like Twin Peaks got that great opening where they find her body. It's like, she's dead, wrapped in plastic. You know, which becomes like, you know, an iconic line. But at no point do they lose focus on the fact that this has happened. It's just that other weird shit's also going on.
Yeah.
But you never forget Laura Palmer.
That's true.
This one, halfway through, you're like, wait, didn't someone get killed in the beginning of this episode?
Yeah, every time. The time where I would always be reminded is like, it would be halfway through one of the redhead girl scenes. And I'd be sitting there going like, wait, didn't your brother die earlier in this episode? How are you not like a complete mess right now?
Yeah. And then they have to mention the fact that her brother died because you have forgotten.
You could forget. You could totally forget while she's sitting there doing the bitchy cheerleader practice where it's just like, you didn't like my brother, just admit it, and then you can be on the team. And I'm sitting there going like, does anyone else think this is weird? Because her brother's dead. Why would she want someone to bitch out her? Like, Like I'm sitting there going like, how do these girls not think that she just kills her brother? Because that's what it comes across like.
Yeah. Why isn't that the rumor already?
Since they don't know how he died, like it's.
Yeah. Well, it's also weird because like the dead guy's parents, also like curse his name. You
Yeah,
know,
it's
they're
weird.
like, he was terrible. He was an
because
awful person.
Yeah.
And you're just sort of like, that's nice. Who was he? Like I know who he is from the Archie comics,
But he's dead, so we're never
but
going to
he's
know who he
dead.
is.
So who was he? Why is it important that his parents hated him?
I have no fucking clue.
Like usually that'd be like a character moment where it's like, oh, maybe the parents did it, but you find yourself going, I don't care. I really don't care. I just don't give a shit. Who killed Jason Blum? I don't fucking
And
give a shit.
I'm sure many of the things I'm complaining about in this episode might change or evolve as the show goes on, because it is a
Oh my
TV show.
God.
But I really don't care to find out.
Dude, there's some episode. Look, let me put it this way: I can't get through an entire season of Dawson's Creek. I am not going to be able to get through fucking
I did.
Riverdale. Yeah, I mean, I'll give Dawson's Creek this. It didn't get too retarded.
No, but it was written by the same guy who did Scream, so it has a whole lot of horror references.
Yeah.
So I watched it for that because because fucking what's his name? God damn it.
The guy played Randy or whatever.
Not Randy. I think his name was Josh on the show. But he was working in the video shop, so he was like the horror fan on the show. So there was like a character I could actually identify with on that. But even then, like 90% of the things I'm bitching about here can be 100% true for Dawson's Creek. But for whatever reason, I was able to watch Dawson's Creek.
I think we're a little bit older, and Dawson's Creek.
That's true. I was a lot younger when I watched
Dawson's Creek was a lot less pretentious. But it's not pretentious in the way people normally think. You know, usually it's sort of like, oh, it's pretentious. No, it's not pretentious in that way. It's pretentious in that it tries to be a murder mystery when that is, in fact, the least important part of the episode.
Yeah.
This is apparently the thing that holds everything together, but it's not given the gravitas.
Well, because I didn't ask for a half-assed Veronica Mars. I don't know how else to put it. Veronica Mars was always already great the way it was. Why do a half-assed version with Archie, unless you were going to go further with it?
Well, you know, for diversity.
Like, I would totally fucking watch Jughead Solves Murder Mysteries.
Oh yeah. No, that would be a show.
If that was the pilot,
show.
Like if that was the pilot, I would watch the shit out of that. But that's not what this was. This was bookends of some sort of murder mystery and a whole bunch of teen drama that you're sitting there going, "Why am I listening to this?
Yeah.
Fucking people are dead." Like it's like
yeah. This was tailor made to like appeal to like, you know, fucking high school and college age millennials.
It also feels,
it's got that checklist feel.
Even outside of the diversity thing, it's just got a checklist of like, oh, what are teen shows into now? Well, there's Scream, where there's Pretty Little Liars. So everyone's got to talk like a bitch like Pretty Little Liars. You got to have a murder mystery because Scream.
Yeah.
You know, and like, oh, hey, like we just did Vampire Diaries, so we got to have that soundtrack, that like shitty guitar music soundtrack that all these teen drama shows have. And I'm just like, oh my fucking God. People crying at pianos. And I'm just like, God damn it. Like,
God, yeah, Twilight continues to fuck our lives, man. I'm telling you.
I fucking can't stand the soundtracks of these goddamn shows. Like,
they're
Supernatural,
really
Supernatural airs on the fucking WB and CW, or what the fuck ever you want to call it now. Like, and it's often dismissed as one of those shows, but one of the things that separates it is it's not a teen drama thing, and its soundtrack is awesome.
Yeah. It uses classic rock.
You know, but whatever. So, do you want to wrap this up?
Oh, fucking hell, man. I want to wrap this up in plastic and fucking...
Dump it in the river?
Dump it in the goddamn river, and then wait for David Lynch's season 3 of fucking Twin Peaks 25 years later.
Are you going to fuck a teacher while you do this?
I will, only if it's a hot teach. Oh, actually, oh shit. I've already done that. It just wasn't my teacher.
Well,
it just was a teacher.
Okay, that's different.
Yeah.
I thought this was more scandalous than it was.
No. I was just all of a sudden, would you fuck a teacher while you did it? And I'm like, I don't know who I'd... Oh, wait, actually. So,
I've hit on girls who became teachers.
Did you hit on them after they became teachers?
No.
I don't think that counts.
Well, there's no point in hitting on them once you're already rejected.
Good point. All right. Yeah. But the girl I was...
No means no, kids.
Yeah. Fuck Riverdale. God.
All right, my fellow gorehounds and fright nights or whatever. Count Jackula seems a little out of it, so I'm going to close this out. Watch Riverdale at your own risk, and peace out.